What's your why?
My why is really a lifestyle based, to be quite honest.
Yes.
My why is I want to have the freedom to be with my family and be with potentially the third member that's coming. I want to be present and I want to be happy. I also want to leave something behind a little bit better than I found it. And how I do that in my business is again by helping the clients that I do.
Yeah.
I don't like to like I said in the beginning, it's okay. We all like money,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be the first reason you choose to work with someone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just feel it that this person has a mission. They're here to really help people, and that's what they're trying to do. I have a great client, first of all, who just
Yeah.
popped into my head as I said this. Her whole thing is that she helps women over 40 and figure out what's next,
Yeah.
figure out what they're doing.
Mhm.
Like, maybe they're already reaching the top of their career, they've been married for a while, they have a couple of kids, and now they're like, well,
Yeah.
what next? How do I serve? And I get to help her find those people who are lost and reclaim a new part of themselves. How flippin' exciting. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yes.
So that is part of my why. It's very much, I can't say it's one thing, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a little amalgamation of it.
Mm.
And it's that feeling of freedom and choice that I crave the most.
Yeah. And the one thing you said is freedom, and that's the freedom to help when needed, right? And then to be present. I think that when I became a real estate agent, that was my thing too. I need to be more present with the
Yes.
people that support me, 100%. And so when we as entrepreneurs decide to do this job and decide to go this way, it's
Mm.
definitely because there's a bigger picture, and I hate to say it, a bigger why.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
bigger why. So when the pandemic happened, how did
Mm.
how did your business take off, or what shifted?
Oh my gosh, people are gonna not hate me, but like I love the pandemic. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. I love the pandemic. The introvert in me was thriving.
Yeah.
What? I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And my husband gets to be home with me all day. Thriving.
Yeah.
But from even from a business point of view, it was great because I had entered literally just like I think a year before. So
Yeah.
I had already made a lot of my big mistakes before, and I was entering a phase where I was in a rhythm, I was closing clients, I had been there, done that a little bit, and then everything was online. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, people like me were the most important thing.
Yeah.
And if you weren't investing in marketing, you were probably looking at how do I do this Instagram thing? How do I do this Facebook thing? I don't have a website. What happens now? So for me, to be honest, like the pandemic was great. It was probably like the best my business has ever done.
Yeah.
And I knew that it would be like that because all the attention had to be online. We couldn't
Absolutely.
go outside. We
Mhm.
couldn't, TV and other platforms weren't that exciting.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to get your business shown, you were doing ads.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is that when the pandemic started, a lot of big advertisers left the platform. A lot of big advertisers left the platform. And everybody was like, oh, well, why should I be doing ads? I have this tiny, like $10, $20, $100 a day budget. Like, if they're leaving, why should I be there?
Yeah.
You should have been there because they left.
Yes.
Because the way advertising works is basically it's like a bet, right? If I have $10 and you have $100, your ad, my $10 ad is going to be as small as this phone, right?
Okay.
You can still see it.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
$100 ad is going to be as big as like the screen behind me, which is pretty big, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, both can be seen. It just means this one, because it's smaller, it's going to take longer for people to see it.
Yeah.
Whereas that one behind me, a little bit of a billboard, people are going to see it a lot faster. So that person gives you the illusion that they can get results faster because you have more,
Yeah.
right? It must be the same thing in your niche where you have a lot of inquiries over a house that's beautiful, over a house that's like
Yes.
questionable.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
see? So I loved the pandemic. I thought it was great. The pandemic also brought something that I find very interesting is that because we were forced online, we learned about all these new jobs like business coaches and self-care and entrepreneurs and all these different avenues that I didn't know. So I also got to work with a whole bunch of people and
Yeah.
I learned to sell in different ways. I
Yeah.
remember everybody and this everybody and their cat had a webinar. Everybody was saying, come to my masterclass,
Yeah.
come to my I'm gonna show you. I'm like, we don't sign up to those things anymore. Maybe they don't resonate as much anymore
Yeah.
because we know we have to sit through a 60-minute presentation and someone's gonna sell us something at the end.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
back then, we didn't know that. We
No.
just knew this
Mhm.
person told us that they were going to give us the secrets if we
Yes.
just stayed around till the end.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So it was great when we got all this education and all these different ways of figuring things out. And like you said, it all comes with how marketing changes and,
Yeah.
just the lay of the land. It's very exciting.
Yes, and I love how a lot of people may get upset about, the pandemic and loving it. We lost a lot of people, and I think that's the downside
Yes,
of it.
of
And
course.
God rest their souls. However,
Mm,
like you said, I feel like the pandemic either made you or it broke you, right? And
yeah,
so when it came to the point of the pandemic and everyone starting the business and everything going online, it did make it a lot easier, because that's the only connection that you had. And for myself, and I'm sure you in hospitality, we were, as an introvert, you don't need
mm,
the people, but we need the people to thrive. You know what I mean? And so it was a
mhm.
different type of connection that we had to make over, the internet, which was pretty awesome because now we're talking to people all across the world, right? We don't have
Exactly.
to fly. I think that's why, airplane tickets are becoming a lot cheaper. No one's flying. There's no point in going there, We can
Just have
literally,
a chat.
yeah, that's it. That's it. We can even have one of those little things where our phones follow us around the room. If you need
Mm,
the room, it's a whole different ball game. So I'm truly elated that you found the positivity in something that was, so challenging for the world, but it also created, your vision and heighten your vision. Like you said, you had already gone through the challenges prior to. Now all it did was like, okay, hone in on my business, hone in on my family, and
yeah.
try to get a deeper understanding of where I get to take this vision once everything is all over. And I think that that is just amazing for you to be able to find joy in that and increase your business. How many clients have you helped since you began your business?
Do you know what? That's so funny that you asked me that because the other day I was doing this exercise and it's kind of one of those Kondo exercises with like what brings you joy, right? Like decluttering is basically what I was doing. And I
Okay.
was doing a digital declutter because sometimes we hold on to things and we don't even know why we're holding on to them, whether it's a project we never going to finish, whether it's past clients, whether it's different iterations of things. And I actually found one folder where I had like the first iteration of my business and it said clients. And then I still had like so many things. And I was like, oh my word. And I sat there and I actually counted from now to then. I think I'm really close to like 80 people that I've helped.
It's nice.
And that actually is like weird to say out loud because firstly, it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, yeah,
And secondly, it also is very humbling that little old me helped these people.
yeah,
And I already know the magnitude that their businesses had.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm like, wow. And I'm just me. And this is like a small little thing.
yeah,
To me, it's like, it's just me. I'm Carol.
yeah,
And imagine what other people are doing or like bigger companies. You're like, if you help 1,000 people, 10,000 people, I'm like, this is incredible. So
yeah,
yeah, I actually did that exercise. That's why I know that answer.
yeah.
Thank you for being here today. I'm really happy that you tuned in to Vision Pros Live. I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions as these episodes continue to move forward. This is going to get more and more fun. We'll have more and more engagement as well. We'll invite people to participate in the show. And thank you for giving us your time and attention. Have an excellent time building out your vision and becoming a Vision Pro yourself.